Long time.
Yeah.
Must have been very, very tough. How does it feel to get back to real cricket with stadium and Chinnaswamy screaming?
It's actually, the first game seemed unbelievable to me. You almost forget the memory of driving to the stadium with so many people outside the ground. And this the one interesting thing Glenn Maxwell said to me after he saw that. He said, I know the situation was unbelievably tough and everyone was suffering all over. And we had to continue to play, which was again for me quite a difficult period because I was like, this doesn't seem right. Not because there are not people in the stadiums, but in general, everyone's kind of trying to just get by, and here we're playing a sport. It just felt odd. So when we returned to normal, that's one thing he said. He said, I can't believe we played in empty stadiums for so long. The fans are the essence of the game, especially seeing the passion of the fans of RCB. IPL always has been a special tournament. So when I saw those people outside the stadiums and the lead up, I got all the videos of the lead up to the game as well, like the queues for tickets and the frenzy that was in the city. I was buzzing. I was like, I just want to get to Bangalore. And when we landed as well, when they saw me at the airport, I could just see happiness in their eyes to see me back playing for RCB in Bangalore. So yeah, it was more like a fairy tale comeback for us. Played the perfect game also. But yeah, just the whole atmosphere was something that I realized that day how special it has been to have all those fans cheer for us for so many years, only because we had a situation where we couldn't see any of them. Yeah. So I had more gratitude and I was very thankful that I have this opportunity to play in front of such amazing fans.
Was it tough for you to be in the bubble?
Personally, it was very tough for me. Not that I like to go out a lot, but just the sense of not being able to step out from certain places, it was confining me in a way that it wasn't healthy at all. Plus, there were many things that were happening in the background when it came to cricket with me, which eventually came to the surface later for everyone to know. So no one knew at the time what I'm going through. And in general, I mean, we had our daughter, and just not being able to take her out and show her the world was also very tough on us. So yeah, the bubble, I don't know how people reacted to it, but personally I was not in a good space in the bubble. And after the bubble as well, I realized, not that, as I said, I'm not hanging out every, going for dinners and, get-togethers or anything. Just the fact that you can go to the lobby area of a hotel and just have a cup of coffee in normalcy, yeah, or just sit by the pool and you see random people around you, not confined spaces, and it was just like, yeah, you're part of everything. Just that bit was so important, and I realized that later. Yeah, the bubble was very difficult.
We're doing this campaign, Let There Be Sport, and I know that you spoke about it in the conclave we did at Taj West End the other day. But to this group of people, like, we are in the sports business, and we believe the sports impacts much more than, you're an athlete. It's a everyday life. I know you feel very strongly about it. I want you to quip on that for this team.
So we spoke about the values that sport can provide you with on a daily basis. If I hadn't gone on to become a professional sports person as well, I would still continue to play sport as regularly as possible. Because of all the things that I've kind of experienced in my life, nothing has taught me more than sport. And why I say that is because there's a chance to fail and succeed in every moment. And that's a very rare thing to have. That's where your composure is tested the most and your character is tested the most. And then once you overcome those fears and those doubts, you become a better version of yourself. So this is the discussion we had the other day, that if for all of us as people, we work towards certain goals, but there's a degree of success and failure attached to it. If you talk about exams as well, there's certain kind of, nervousness we feel when the results are about to arrive. You don't feel that sense of nervousness when you're actually giving the exam. Yes, you might or might not know what you're doing, but there's still a space where for a few days you're like, okay, whatever happened, happened, and then I'm going to get the result later. So you just need to be composed in that moment when you're getting the result as to how you react to it. But with sport, you can do that in potentially every moment. So if you're able to overcome those fears and follow your heart, not your mind can help you make a plan, but your heart will help you apply the plan. That's my experience. So the more I did that, the more I realized that what my strengths are as a person and what unlimited potential we have as human beings if we don't put any tabs on ourselves. And only sport could teach me that, to go beyond your limitations. You know, the known limitations of the mind, that the mind tells you, oh, well, scored runs in 4 innings, so the 5th one might not work. I never thought like that. I felt like every day was a new day, every moment was a new opportunity to do something special, and then only sport could help me accumulate moment by moment by moment and go beyond my fears and teach me what fearlessness means. And then I could apply that to everyday life as well. I'm not saying that there's a guarantee to succeed with this way of operating, but there's at least one guarantee that when you walk away from that particular event or that particular result, you'll be happy with what you did because you followed your heart. Every time I've followed my mind and tried to calculate my way out of things and I've failed, I've not been able to process it. Every time I've followed my heart and I've failed, I knew that I did what I wanted to do, and then I could accept the situation the way it was. So it taught me things about processing success and failure more than anything else could in life, and that made me a more assured person that not everything is going to go well all the time, but that doesn't mean that you stop moving forward. You have to keep taking those steps to be in the moment, and I think sport can teach you that for every walk of life, whether it's studies, business, anything that you do. It helps you create that